Any idea what? Yes, event scheduler. We have started. Yes. So we have started this particular event scheduler, and we've also seen some examples related to blocking and non-blocking assignments. We have seen just the theoretical examples. We will see the coding examples also, if possible, in this particular session only. Okay. Yeah. And we have started this what is meant by event scheduler, everything we have started, and we have seen what is meant by this particular time slots and what is happening in that particular time slot, what is happening, and what is this active region. We have seen I think up to active region we have seen. In this particular active region we have seen about blocking assign so in this particular active region, blocking assignments will be executing, and evaluation of RHS of NBA. Okay, not the entire NBA execution is happening, only the evaluation of RHS will be happening in the case of active region, and the continuous assignments will be happening. About the continuous assignments we will discuss in the data flow modeling. Okay, don't worry about that. And the display dollar display command will be executing in the active region, and evaluation of inputs and update the outputs of primitives, all the gate primitives we have, right? So that will be happening in the case of active region in this particular time slot, and there is no order in the case of active region. Okay, so here all this particular executions there is no order. Okay, so up to here, is it clear for everyone? Is there any doubt in this particular concept? Right, can we move forward? Is it clear? Yes. Now coming to this inactive region that we should not actually use, I will directly show. No, like RHS of NBA can be happen first, and next blocking assignments this can be happen. Okay, in this particular there is no order. So first this can be happen, and afterwards dollar display can be executed. Like this can be, it can be happen. Okay, is it clear? Yes. Now coming to this inactive region, which we should not actually use, where it is known as hash zero blocking assignments. That this directly I will show in the compiler what is meant by this hash zero blocking assignments, and I will directly show the use case for this. Next, coming to this NBA, that is non-blocking assignments, only the updation of LHS of NBA is happening in the case of NBAs. Okay, and coming to this particular postpone region, all the dollar monitor, dollar strobe which we have discussed previously, that is happening in the postpone region. Okay, so if we the dollar monitor, dollar strobe, everything is going to happen in the postpone region. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear for everyone? Yes. Now let us see some examples for this particular thing. For now I'm using my Questa sim because it's a Vivado. It's a very big software, and it is taking so much of time to load in my laptop. So that's why I'm using my Questa sim for practice. You can use any of the tool, any text editor if you have. You can use that particular thing. Okay. Now, so let us see with the help of coding how to use this particular thing. Yeah. I think my screen is visible, right? Let me zoom in. Uh, can anyone confirm me whether my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So what I've done here, I've declared yes. So I've declared my module block underscore non-blocking. Okay. Actually, it is written in SV, so that's why I'm able to use my bit. Okay. So in Verilog, you don't have any data type which is known as bit. Okay. So don't get confused. This particular file has been written in system Verilog, so that's why we are able to use this bit data type. So let me remove this first. Okay. So let me use integer. Now, so I'm using my integer a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 0. I'm initializing because What is the default data type of integer? Anyone? What is the default data type of my integer? X, unknown. Okay, so the default data type of my integer is unknown, so that's why I'm initializing here. Okay, so default data type of integer is not 0, it's unknown. Now what I'm doing here, so integer a comma 0 and b comma 0 initial begin, a non-blocking of 0, b non-blocking of 1. I'm using dollar display and dollar strobe. So let me display this here. Let me copy this and let me comment this. And let me comment this dollar strobe also. Let me comment all this. Now, tell me if I'm using this dollar display before this assignments, A non-blocking of 0 and B non-blocking of 0, sorry, B non-blocking of, sorry, blocking of 1, then what may be my values of A and B? I will use rich instead of this everything. I will use rich. Now, what may be my values of A and B if I try to display? All of you got my question? So what is my question? I'm using my display statement before the assignment is happening. Okay. So before the assignment is happening, I'm using my display statement. So what may be my values? Wait a minute, I'm getting some error. 976. Okay, let me create one more file. This file consists of so many codings. Okay, unknown, unknown. Only two answers. Others? What if I've used my display statement? What if I use my display statement before my assignment? Only 3, 4, that's it. So let me declare it module ex underscore blocking underscore non-blocking. Okay. And if I declare reg a comma b and within an initial begin and block, what I'm doing, dollar display values of a and b are percentage d comma b. A is a non-blocking, sorry, a blocking of 0 and b blocking of 0 and end module. Okay, so I'm getting only very few responses. Others, what may be my value? 1, 2, 3. Please respond, guys. What may be my values of a and b? Ex underscore blocking underscore nb. It is being simulating. 1 minute. So what is the value I'm getting? A and b are unknowns. Okay. So since I'm using dollar display, the assignment is not yet happened. So I'm getting values of a and b are equal to 0 and 0. So is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you respond only, I can know whether you are getting or not, right? So is it boring or what? Yeah. Okay. Now, now let us use this dollar display statement after my a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 0. So I will get definitely a is equal to 0 and b is equal to 0. And let me use dollar right values of a and b are percentage d, percentage d, comma a, comma b. Now let's observe the difference what we are getting. Compile selected, simulate. Shall we do this coding or shall we discuss the theory? What do you say? Yes. Shall we discuss the concepts or shall we do this coding? Okay. Energy levels are down, so I think I'm thinking that people are not interested in coding. So that's why I was asking. Okay. Now let let us use this and let me see what I'm getting. I'm getting values of a and b are 0 0 and values of a and b are 0 0. Dollar right and dollar display are displaying the same thing, but since we are only displaying one item, so that's why we are getting like this. Okay. Let us take one more example. So before taking that particular example, let me include one more scenario. Initial begin, let's say a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 1. Let's take dollar display. Yes, yes. Dollar right will actually not go to the next line, whereas dollar display will go to the next line. The difference we will see. So before that, I want to introduce one more scenario. Okay, percentage d, comma a, comma b. So what may be my value of a and b? Any answer? So what I have done here, a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1. So what may be my values of a and b? Two initial beginning blocks. One initial beginning block is driving a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0. And another initial block, a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1. So what may be my value of a and b? Okay. Others? Did you all get my question? What I've done? A is equal to 0, b is equal to 0, dollar display. And a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, dollar display. Let me include this is from first initial block. And let me include here this is from second initial block. Yeah, only two responses. Others, please try to answer. Try to think about this. Take your time and try to think. We have two initial blocks: a is equal to 0, b is equal to 0, dollar display, and a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, dollar display. Then what may be my values of a and b? B is equal to 1, b is equal to 0, b is equal to 1. Okay. Others? 1 1 because dollar display shows the present value. Okay. Yes, others? Okay. Okay. So let us compile this and let's see what we are getting. Compile selected, compilation successful. Simulate, start simulation. What we are getting? This is from first initial block, values of A and B are 0, 0. And this is from second initial block, values of A and B are 1 and 1. Is it clear for everyone? What we are getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Others? Is it clear? Yes. Yeah, what is happening here within first initial block, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. What we are displaying, this is from first initial block, values of A and B are 0, 0. And this is from second initial block, values are 1 and 1. Okay.
But sir, both initial blocks will execute at the same time.
Yes, that is what I am expecting. So theoretically, what we have learned that both initial blocks will run parallelly. So the values of A and B will be driven simultaneously. So first initial block and second initial block will start their execution at time t is equal to 0, and my A will be equal to 0, and in from another initial block my A will be 1. So my answer should be A should be equal to unknown, right? So I am getting my dollar display as A B as 0, 0 and 1, 1. Okay. So this is thing like the compiler will actually drive, it will take a zero some difference. Okay, so it will take some time difference. So theoretically what we have learned is both will be running parallelly, but practically we have seen here that there will be some time delay between the assignments. Okay, is it clear?
Okay.
Yeah.
So practically means like there is some event scheduler concept is happening
No, no,
here,
no.
or
Compiler will automatically insert some delay between the two assignments.
So what happen if we remove $1 display from the first initial block?
Okay, so let us include this only. Compile selected. Start simulation. EX underscore blocking underscore NB. So what we are getting? Why we are getting? Okay, I haven't saved the file. 1 minute. So what we are getting? This is from second initial block. Values of A and B are 1 and 1. Is it clear?
yes?
Yeah. So let us include another initial block, and here let's write dollar display statement. Values of A and B are. Okay, I have removed. Oh, wait. Let me comment this one also. What we are getting? The last updated value we are getting. The values of A and B are 1 and 1. If we are using this dollar display within an third initial beginning block, then the last updated value is being displayed. So is it clear for everyone? So actually what we have seen, theoretically speaking, what we have seen that my A and B should be unknowns, right? So when we are learning about this initial beginning blocks, what we have seen, these two initial beginning blocks will run parallelly and we will get a race around condition because we are driving multiple values at the same time. So we will get race around condition. So but what is happening is this particular compiler is removing this particular race around condition, and it is adding the last updated value, and it is displaying the last updated value. So is it clear for everyone? Can we move forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Others?
theoretically, the last display statement should display XX, right?
Yes, yes. Okay. So is it clear for everyone? Can we move forward? Yes. Now, so let us say if we are using a non-blocking of 0, 0, and let me remove this and let me comment all this. Now, so what may be my value of a and b? What will be my value of a and b? Yes. Why I'm getting unknown? Yes. So because if you see the event scheduler, dollar display is executed. Yes, NB. So let me compile this again and let me show you the output. What you're getting? This is from first initial block, values of A and B are X and X. Okay. Next. If you insert #1 here.
So can you explain why?
Yeah, 1 minute. So where is the dollar display statement present? Here in the active region. Okay. So in the active region, the dollar display statement is present. But what about the NBA non-blocking assignment? When the assignment is happening, it is happening in the NBA region. So by then the compiler reaches the NBA region, dollar display statement has been already executed. That is, the dollar display statement is printing the previous values of the variables, right? So in the active region, only the evaluation of right hand side is happening, not the updation from RHS to LHS is happening. It is only happening in the NBA region. So if you use the dollar display, you can only see the previous values. Is it clear? This we have already discussed in our previous session. Is it clear? Others, is it clear? Yes. Yes. Now, so let's say if I use #1 dollar display, then what may be my values of A and B? Anyone, any answer? EX underscore. What is my values? A and B are 0 and 0 because dollar monitor is executed in the postpone region. So by then the uh, um, sorry, dollar display is executed in the active region only, but what we are doing, we are introducing it in the next time slot. Okay, so by then the updation is already happened. So we are using hash1 dollar display. So by then the updation of RHS to LHS is already happened in the NBA region. Okay, so we are using the dollar display in the next time slot. Okay, so if we use the dollar display, it is going to print the previous values. So instead of this dollar display, let's say if I use dollar monitor, I'll use it here only. So what may be the values of A and B? What may be the values of A and B? Yes, it is 0 and 0, because you are using your dollar monitor which is being executed in the postpone region, so it is getting A and B as 0 and 0. Okay, now let me uncomment this everything, and let's say here I have used my dollar monitor. Let me comment this one also. So what is the statement that is going to be printed in this particular example? What it is going to print? Okay, others? A non-blocking of 0, B non-blocking of 0. I have commented this, and A non-blocking of 1, B non-blocking of 1. Here also I have commented. And within the third initial block, I am using dollar monitor. Okay, take your time and answer this. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1. Okay. Okay. So let's see what we are getting. Let me compile this. EX underscore blocking underscore NB. So what I'm getting, the values of A and B are 1 and 1. That is what we are getting. Okay. Now, so let's say the values of A and B are percentage D, comma A, comma B. Now, what may be my values of A and B? I'm introducing some delay. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0. Hash 2, I'm using my dollar display. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1. So what may be my values? The values of A and B are 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay, okay. Shall we see? My values of A and B are 0, 0. Why? Because before the assignment we are using this dollar display. Okay, so that's why I'm getting blocking assignment will block further execution. Where which what is blocking here? Nothing is going to block anything, right? In what context you have given this particular statement? Blocking assignment will block further execution. I didn't get you. A is equal to 0. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, everything has happened, and hash to dollar display we have used. And after that, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1 we have used. So we have used dollar display before the A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 1. Okay. So we have used A is equal before dollar display. Before the assignment, we have used the dollar display. So that's why we are getting the previous values. A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0. Is it clear?
But sir, all the blocking statements will be executed at the same time, no?
Yes. This will execute at the same time. So what is the time slot here? 0. Okay.
D equal to 0.
And what is the time slot here? T is equal
T
to
equal to 2.
2. Okay. So, sorry, 1 minute. Here time slot is T is equal to 2. So this T is equal to 2. This is the time slot for everything. And this is T is equal to 0. So we have used in this particular time slot before the assignment, we have used dollar display. So that's why we are getting like this. Okay. Is it clear? Yes. And let us take the example of dollar strobe here. So what may be my values of A and B? Any guess? One. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So what I'm getting? A and B are 1 and 1. So why I'm getting like this? Because dollar strobe will be executed at the end of the time step. So at the end of time t is equal to 2 units, my dollar strobe is going to, yes, correct. So my dollar strobe is going to execute at the end. That is in the postpone region, my dollar strobe is going to execute. So that's why my values of A and B are printing as 1 and 1. Is it clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
now. So within an another initial beginning block, dollar monitor. So what may be my values now? Okay, others. So I'm using dollar monitor in another initial beginning block.
Sir, can you show the code once?
Same code, but what I've done within an another initial beginning block, I'm using my dollar monitor. So let me compile. Let me run this. Let me add some more message. Displaying from monitor, so that it will be more clear to understand. Let me compile this. Let me simulate it. So what I'm getting here, can you observe? Displaying from monitor, the values of A and B are 0, 0. And again I am getting displaying from monitor, the values of A and B are 1, 1. Can you see the difference between the dollar display, dollar strobe and dollar monitor? So dollar monitor will keep on monitoring my values of A and B. That is, if there is any change in the A and B variables, then it will display. Okay. So here, first initially we are assigning A and B to 0, 0. And after that, we are changing it to 1 and 1 after some time unit. So it is being monitoring parallelly and it is being displaying. Is it clear? So the difference between the dollar monitor, dollar display and dollar strobe, is it clear for everyone?
Sir, here we are using dollar monitor two times in both.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying, right? I'm using only for one time, but how many times my message
Okay,
is being displayed?
two times.
Two times, because dollar monitor is going on, keep it is tracking my A and B values. So if there is any change in the values of A and B, my dollar monitor will be called and my it will be displayed. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And dollar display,
And
dollar. Yes.
between strobe and display,
Yeah, display, if I use before the assignment, I'm not getting the assignment values. But if I use strobe, what I'm getting, it has been executed at the end of the time step, so I can print this particular values. But in the display, I cannot capture these values if I use before the assignment. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, so that was about all the statements. Yeah, so like this you can practice your own questions, and you, or you can also frame your own questions. Okay, so